This 2006 CBR1000RR has had a gas leak coming from the fuel pump gasket. Thought that was the only issue, but when I dug in deeper, found out I needed to replace the fuel pump too. So let's take this all apart, figure out how to do this. It's a step-by-step guide in fixing your fuel pump as well as the gasket leak. So for this job, you really need just a basic mechanics tool set, but I used a flashlight, a flat blade screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, wire snippers, couple ratchets, a torque wrench, a size 7 socket, a size 10 socket. I used a box wrench to get the fuel line off, that is a size 17, size 3 and 4 millimeter Allen key, wire brush, and wire crimpers. First things first, we got to drain the gas out of the tank. This had practically a full tank in it, and I don't really want to ride it around to drain it because of the leak, so I'm going to use a transfer pump and just a regular gas can to pull it out. Let me show you the inside of this tank just so you can see what it looks like. I've definitely seen worse, but that is not a good start. I don't need this to be completely empty, but I want it to be at least past the point of the fuel pump so that I can take the fuel pump out without having too much concern of causing a massive leak or losing fuel all over the floor. Now that we've drained the fuel out, we can pull the seat off so we can take the cover off and expose the actual gas tank. So there's 2 bolts back behind the seat that hold it on. You pull back the rubber, take the bolts out, and then the seat pulls back a little bit and lifts up. That will expose 2 bolts here that hold the cover on. There's also a bolt under here on the plastic, so we're going to remove that plastic cover too. Once you get the cover off, you can expose there's a bolt in the front, one on each side. Now we can move to the bolts back behind the tank. There's a bolt on either side of the gas tank that go into the tank itself, mounted to the frame. Now at this point, you can actually take the tank up and rotate it. But because we have to get underneath of it, I'm going to take out the rear mounting bolts too. That way I can take the whole tank out. Before we can remove the tank, we have to disconnect the line for the fuel pump and also the main fuel line for the fuel pump. So I'll do that before removing anything just to make it easier. Got one connector right there, and then the main fuel rail line. Fuel pump and fuel gauge line. When you break that loose, make sure you have a towel nearby or something to grab any droplets of fuel that come out. This shouldn't be pressurized if you haven't started the bike in a while, so it should be okay to just slide it out. But now that that is out, we can remove the rear mount bolts as well. Now I've got the tank up on the bench. Size 10 socket should be all I need to remove the fuel pump itself and replace the gasket. I am a little concerned about what the fuel pump will look like itself. It might be completely covered in rust. If that's the case, then I got to get a rebuild kit for it, which has the filter and all that stuff, but we'll get into that in just a second. Who wants to take bets that this is a gross looking fuel pump? It's not terrible, but it's not great. Inside the tank, it's actually not bad. It was just rusted on the top. But I did take a magnet and run it on the inside. That is a ton of rust sitting in the bottom of the pump. So I'm definitely going to pull the fuel pump apart. I think it's worth cleaning for sure. If I see that much in the tank, it's probably worth doing a fuel injection cleaning too. Let's go ahead and take the old gasket off now. There's these little push pins that are kind of holding it in, so you got to pull, use a little bit of force to pull those out, and then it should slide up and over the main pump. At that point we should be able to see, oh, that is a lot of rust. I'm not liking that. So given the condition of the fuel pump, I think the pump itself is okay, but it needs to be disassembled and rebuilt as far as removing the screen in the bottom. There's a filter down there too, making sure everything is just working in good operating order. I also got to check with my brother-in-law, who's the owner of the bike and the one funding any of the projects that are happening to it. So I want to see what he wants to spend on this too. I'm going to see what the costs are on eBay of a new pump and anything like that. So let me go do some research before I dig too deep into this. So after talking with my brother-in-law about the fuel pump and the gas tank, he decided it was best, and I agreed to replace the pump itself, not the whole housing, just the pump. So let's rebuild this and get it into a new gas tank, which he purchased, that has no rust in it at all. Should be a good way to start this bike back up. In the kit that we got, comes with a new filter, new wiring, new pump, and new housing with regulator. So we need to disassemble this one entirely to get those new pieces in. When we disassemble it, I'm going to try to clean as much rust off of the base plate as I can, cleaning all the terminals and everything along the way to make sure that this is as clean as possible before going into the new tank. After some serious finagling to get this post out right here, I was able to break it loose, and it should just slide right out like that. All right, but I've got the filter stuck up. Got to remove that little piece too. So there's an O-ring right here. That O-ring is creating too much tension. This is gross. This needs to be cleaned up. So I'm going to grab a wire brush and go to town on it. Rust is like a cancer. You want to get as much of it out as you possibly can. Otherwise, it will just come back. I feel really bad about this bike because there were so many signs about saying this bike needs a lot of work. Don't buy me. I put together a video a while back using this bike actually to hopefully help people who are buying their first used bike to what to look for, what kinds of services to do to maintain the bike, make sure that this kind of stuff isn't happening to you. I'll link that above if you're interested. I wish I had a sandblast cabinet. The last thing I'm going to do, spray it down with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol that is, and then wipe it down one more time with a clean rag. This will just make sure that any of the water cleaner that I used comes off. I did use an air compressor to blow it out too, so hopefully this is enough to salvage this piece. Alright, now we can go ahead and put the new filter pieces together into this assembly here. Now I know things like the wiring that goes into the pump, that did come separate, so I don't necessarily need to keep these, but I do see that there's an intermediary tube right here that is not on this one, so I have to pull at least the regulator off to get that tube out. The regulator should be these tabs here. There's one on one side. Let me start on that one, see if that'll pull the whole thing off. Okay, yep. So I'm going to pull the motor down now. Get that out of the way. Ugh. Alright. So I can leave the regulator in, but I want to pull the plastic assembly off. It might just be attached by sliding over it. Let's see. Let's hope. It's coming down. Just wiggling back and forth. WD's my friend. I don't want to snap the plastic because then I got to wait more time for more parts. There we go. Okay. This piece is off. Ugh. Look. Dry rust inside of it. Not good. Not good. Let me grab an air compressor, blow this through. Now we can thread this onto the new housing, the new regulator housing. Simple as that one. Now I am going to need, my kit that I got didn't come with connectors for the wiring. It came with the new harness. There's no ends. So I got to get some connectors to put on. That way I can attach it. Now let's pull apart the filter assembly to see if there's any pieces that I need from that. I think I'm going to need to use this screen again, the primary screen, because this new filter came with this one. Just want to make sure though. No O-rings, no bushings, cool. So we don't need these pieces anymore off the old one, but I do need to keep this. We're going to use a new zip tie. I'm going to spray this out with some contact cleaner, that way it doesn't have any additional rust in it. Make sure it seats all the way down. This is the primary intake for the fuel pump, so we want to make sure this doesn't pop off at any time. Now this is a fairly tight fit, so what I'm going to do is get the connectors on the wiring before I put this all the way in. On the old pump, it had a rubber connector or a rubber cover on the power line, so I'm going to cut that line. This specific pump is labeled to see which one is the hot, which one is the ground, so I'm going to put this in first so that I know that this side is the hot and will get the connector. This side is the ground, and we'll go to the metal piece that attaches to the side of the assembly. I just realized on the old pump there was a spacer. I'm going to pull that off and see if it fits. It might not even fit, but I want to try it. Okay. There's no harm in having it there, assuming it doesn't get in the way. So let's check it out and see if it does get in the way. No? Actually, that gives me a good frame of reference to know how far to push it in. Cool. Now that that's all back together, we can go ahead and put it into the main holding assembly. Ooh, don't want to forget the O-ring that came off the inlet tube. Took that off when I was cleaning. Oh, you gotta make sure you line up the little fingers. Now a little retainer clip for the hose. Don't forget the slip nut for the other finger, the other tab. Definitely fits better if it goes down on it rather than sideways. There's also my ground point. Fuel pump would definitely not work if I didn't have the ground hooked up. Alright, we should be good to go. This fuel pump should be ready to just throw back in the gas tank, the new gas tank. So let's unwrap that one and get it all squared away. This new tank is so much cleaner, so much nicer. I'm so glad we changed it. I guess before we do that, we're going to get the new fuel pump gasket on. So the new gasket has these little fingers. You stick through the small holes. You got to pop them into place. Just like this. All right, when they're all popped in, we should be good to slide this into the tank. But I did just notice that the new tank, it came with new nuts. So I got to remove these before I can put it all on. Now with the new pump, we can insert it into the tank. Glad I checked and referred back because this is in backwards. The wiring goes towards the back of the tank and the fuel line goes to the front of the tank. Also, you want to refer to your service manual. You will see that these nuts are held on with 7.5 foot-pounds of torque. So I'm going to grab my torque wrench, make sure I get that done correctly, because I don't want to over-torque these or under-torque these and have it leaking again. Got to compress the rubber gasket first before I can get it to torque. So I'm just going around evenly, compressing it down. All right, we should have resistance now. We're good. Fuel pump is replaced, fuel pump is repaired, gasket is replaced, hopefully not leaking anymore. This should be good to throw back into the bike. To those of you who are wondering, I got the fuel pump kit off of Amazon. I'll link the product below. It is an OEM replacement. It is not a Honda part, but it is a direct replacement for it. The gas tank we purchased off of eBay. It was a used tank, has a small dent in it. It was about $100. I can't link it obviously because it's now in my garage. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. Hopefully you are able to now get back up on your bike and go for a ride. If it was, like, share, subscribe, all those things, but most importantly, have fun, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.